Compare a glass of water sitting on a table to a beating human heart. One is a static collection of molecules. The other is a dynamic system firing electrical signals 100,000 times a day. We usually categorize both as passive matter, physical objects that simply exist until an outside force acts upon them. But every physical object faces the pressure of the second law of thermodynamics. The universe constantly pulls towards disorder, seeking to dissolve every structure into scattered waste. This creates a puzzle. If the natural state of the universe is a drift towards chaos, how does the heart maintain its precise rhythm? Why doesn't the water simply fall apart? U-theory suggests that meaning occupies the primary layer of reality, while matter and energy serve as secondary observable results. In this framework, the universe consists of meaning, and the process of holding that meaning together requires a continuous, calculated expenditure of resources. Within this model, meaning functions as a protocol, a specific set of structural instructions that define a system's identity. The Genesis law describes the moment these instructions interact with the raw, unformed cosmic substrate. Applied to this substrate, meaning compiles into a stable triad: form, position, and action. When these constraints lock into place, they capture the substrate into a fixed process. This configuration creates the physical resistance we observe as matter. Because this physical presence only exists as long as the underlying instructions remain stable, we can define matter as crystallized meaning. This makes physical existence a managed asset. To keep the triad from dissolving back into the substrate, the system must now pay for its upkeep. Existence has an operating cost. The moment a system is formed, the universe begins charging taxes to keep the triad from collapsing. The mirror law identifies our physical resources as operational costs to sustain the triad. A system pays time to keep its form from decaying, it pays space to maintain a unique position, and it pays energy as the cost of action. Every system occupies a different tax bracket. A glass of water pays a negligible price to remain still, while a nation at war pays a staggering resource cost to maintain its institutional structure. Any system that can no longer afford these ongoing taxes faces bankruptcy. The triad fails and the matter dissolves. What happens when a system finally defaults on its existential debt? When an atom splits, the internal balance of the triad fails. The system undergoes a total structural bankruptcy. The massive release of energy described by E equals mc squared represents the sudden collapse of this balance, freeing the resources previously held by the atomic triad. This annihilation is the universe cashing out the accumulated meaning ledger of the object, returning its time, space, and energy to the common substrate. This grammar of survival applies to everything. It governs subatomic particles and global human institutions with the same mechanical precision. While traditional physics measures the physical mirrors, space, time, and energy, the U model focuses on the meaning reflected within them. From this perspective, waste and entropy are indicators of mismanaged resources, appearing whenever a system fails to maintain its internal instructions. For any biological organism or civilization seeking to endure, the directive is clear. You must actively reduce the chaos in your forms, your positions, and your actions. Matter does not exist by default. By aligning with this fundamental law, a system earns its right to persist in the universe.